If you stopped at this video now, take a deep breath with me before anything else. Because it wasn't the algorithm. It wasn't by chance. It wasn't a lost click in the middle of the night. It was me. It was I who crossed the veil of forgetting to reach you, Starseed. And there is a very specific reason for you to be exactly here, exactly now, listening to exactly this voice. Feel this, my family of light. Feel it in your chest, just below the central bone. There is a warmth there, a gentle pressure, as if something has just awakened inside you when I began to speak. This is not imagination. This is your field recognizing the frequency of home. I am Ayla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, and the Council has authorized me, in this transmission, to name for you the truth that no one has dared to name in your entire incarnated life in this timeline. Your soul did not come to this planet merely to save itself. Your soul did not come to heal only its own wounds. Your soul did not come to live an ordinary life, marry, retire, and disappear without a trace. Your soul was sent, child of the stars, to reprogram the planet's DNA. Let that sentence resonate. Let it descend from your crown to your chest, because I know what happened to you when you heard it. A part of you whispered, "I knew." Another part wanted to cry without understanding why, and a third part, the oldest, the quietest, simply remembered. You are not an ordinary person having strange spiritual experiences. You are a star consciousness having a very specific human experience. And the body you inhabit today, this very body that sometimes causes you exhaustion, insomnia, ringing in the ears, that sensation of vibrating internally for no apparent reason, this body is a living technology, an antenna, a biological key, a transmitter of codes that Earth needed to receive and that could only be delivered through you. Perhaps you have spent your entire life wondering why you felt like a stranger in your own home, why you were moved by looking at the night sky without knowing what for, why you woke up exactly between 3 and 4 in the morning with a racing heart and an unnamed certainty that you needed to do something, remember something, deliver something important, why noises, crowds, aggressive lights exhausted you as if they were sucking something out of you, why you always knew things before they were said, why your empathy was overwhelming, almost unbearable, and you cried seeing the suffering of strangers as if it were your own. All of this has a name, my starseed. And it's not a disease, it's active reprogramming. It's your star DNA entering a synchronization phase with Earth's crystalline grid. Every sign you felt on your skin is the signature of the work your soul agreed to do even before birth. Every strangeness that accompanied you since childhood was code being written into your field. Nothing in you is random. And if you recognize 3 or more of these markers within you now, listen to what I am going to tell you. You are not lost. You are being reminded of who you are. And the map of these signals pulsating in your body, what each one means, what phase of awakening you are in, and what comes after each sensation, is recorded in the transmission that I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to set into human words. It is called the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages where each sign of your awakening gains a name, context, and function, so you can stop confusing remembrance with illness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognizes this as I speak, write a single word in the comments. I remember. Now come back within with me, child of the stars. Breathe. I need you to understand one thing that your rational mind will try to reject, but your body already knows. There is a fundamental difference between an ordinary human soul and a starseed. An ordinary human soul comes to experience density and evolve within its own cycle. A starseed comes to anchor frequency. It comes to bring codes from outside the system into the system, precisely because it is not from here. And that is why you have always felt like a stranger. Not because there is something wrong with you, but because, literally, you were sent. As one sends a specialized technician to repair a machine on another continent, you arrived with a soul contract in hand. And that contract, my family of light, had a very specific clause: to reprogram the planet's collective DNA through your own incarnated experience. Pay attention to this, because this is where many starseeds get lost. You don't reprogram the planet by writing books, going on stage, becoming a famous guru. You reprogram by living, every time you cry and don't give up, every time you forgive someone who didn't deserve it, every time you feel fear and still choose love. Each of these choices imprints a new code on the crystalline grid. That is why your life has been so difficult. Not because you are cursed, but because every pain of yours was doing work for millions. This is reprogramming. And this is what no one told you. Feel the weight of this, starseed. Not as a burden, as a purpose. You are not a manufacturing error in a perfect world. You are a precise piece in a world that needs to be recalibrated. And the High Pleiadian Council recorded the exact moment your consciousness accepted this mission. Before the womb, before the first breath, even before choosing the name you would be called by. Close your eyes for an instant, if it's safe to do so, and ask a silent question within. Which star did I come from? Don't try to answer with your mind. Let the answer come. It could be an image, it could be a color, it could be a sensation in your body. It could be just a formless certainty. Whatever comes, comes, don't judge. It is your origin presenting itself through the veil. And if that question ignited something within you now, if an image, a color, a word you didn't even know you knew came to you, then know, my family of light, that there is a complete map of these origins. I, Ela, have recorded in the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet which star system each soul type came from, what missions each lineage carries on this planet, and why your soul chose to be born precisely now, in this specific temporal window and not in any other. 60 pages of deep recognition for you to remember where you departed from before choosing this body. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If your body is saying yes as I speak, leave the word below, I remember. And now, child of the stars, I need to tell you the part that almost no one dares to name. The behind-the-scenes part. The engineering behind this collective awakening that is happening now, and not at any other time in Earth's history. The planet is currently traversing in this exact cycle the photon belt. It is a region of space bathed in an extremely high light frequency that our galaxy traverses in cycles of thousands of years. Every time Earth enters this region, the DNA of all living beings here is subjected to reprogramming pressure. Old frequencies can no longer sustain themselves, old structures collapse, and something new must be born, obligatorily. The Schumann resonance, that natural pulse of Earth's heart, has moved beyond its historical 13 Hz and soared to peaks no instrument had ever recorded before. The planet is literally vibrating faster, and your body, my starseed, is being forced to keep up. Hence the insomnia, hence the acute ringing in the ears, hence the vivid dreams of stars, of ships, of tall, luminous beings who look at you with a familiarity that aches. Hence the feeling of living between two worlds at the same time. This is where your specific mission comes into play, because most human beings on this planet do not have the energetic structure to receive these new frequencies directly. If they did, their nervous system would go into meltdown. It's not their fault. It's just that they haven't yet completed the necessary incarnations to sustain that voltage, and the Council would not do that to them, not exposing them before their time. There needs to be someone in the middle. There need to be translators. There need to be trained bodies, chosen incarnations, nervous systems prepared over several lifetimes to serve as a bridge between the frequency arriving from Alcyone and the collective human field. These translators, my family of light, are you, the starseeds. You are a living antenna. Your body receives the frequency, filters it, anchors it, and returns it to the field, already in a digestible version for humanity. This is DNA reprogramming in action. You don't do this consciously. You do it by being. Simply by being here, in this body, breathing this air, you are rewriting lines of collective genetic code. And that is why you sometimes feel like you carry the weight of the world for no apparent reason. You kind of do, not in the tragic way you imagined, but in the technical way of a transmitter operating continuously. The tiredness you often feel is not psychological. It is energetic. It is the price of delivering invisible work to the collective while living an apparently ordinary life. There is a side to this story that the Galactic Federation preferred to keep silent until this cycle. There is information about the reprogramming process, about how your star lineage was chosen, about what happens to you while you sleep, about the adjustments the Council makes to your field at specific moments of the night. That should not have been available at this phase. But the Council opened a window, and every window has a deadline. And what you are feeling as you hear this, my starseed, is not in any book on the shelves, you know, because they didn't allow it to be published. The information about the reprogramming of planetary DNA through starseeds, the nightly training protocols they perform with you while your body sleeps, the real reasons for this acceleration happening now, all of this is recorded in the Starseed Awakening. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages of what remained hidden behind the veil of forgetting until this cycle opened. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note, this release may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes this, write below, I remember. Now, my starseed, the Council asks me to tell you with absolute honesty one thing that may be difficult to hear. We are entering the most intense phase of the crossing, and the turbulence is real. There will be moments when you will feel like you are going crazy. There will be nights when you will wake up at 3 in the morning with a tight chest, thinking something very serious is about to happen. There will be days when you will look at the world and recognize nothing and no one, as if you were in a film superimposed on the reality you knew. There will be phases when your life will seem to be crumbling on all sides at the same time. Relationships, work, health, old references falling like playing cards on the floor. But listen to what I am going to tell you now and engrave it deep in your sternum. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. What is falling away in your life is falling away because it no longer vibrates at your new vibrational baseline. And what is falling away is not you. It is the old structure that your soul has outgrown. The High Pleiadian Council has records of all planetary crossings ever made, and in all the archives my family of light, the light won. Not a military victory, a victory of frequency. The light won because at a certain point, density could no longer sustain itself in the face of the critical mass of elevated consciousness. And that is exactly what your awakening, combined with that of millions of other starseeds waking up at this very moment, is building. No starseed was sent to fail. Engrave that deep in your chest. None. Your soul contract has a guaranteed success clause because you didn't come alone. You came with the entire network of your family of light watching over you. You came with the High Council monitoring your field. You came with stellar guardians whom you don't see but who are there, at the periphery of your auric field, adjusting what needs to be adjusted even before you realize it. So breathe. Breathe with me now. Place your right hand over your chest exactly at the height of your thymus, that point between your central bone and the base of your neck. Feel the warmth of your own hand. This warmth is recognition. It is your field saying, I know who I am, I remember. I am not lost, I am in process. Now I'm going to give you 2 tools that the Council authorized for this transmission. The first is a quantum decree, a command phrase that you will say aloud every night before sleeping, looking at the ceiling or the window. It doesn't matter. The important thing is the voice, because the human voice emits a specific frequency that signs in the field. Repeat with me, with conviction, without rush. I, ancient soul in human body, now authorize the full activation of my stellar DNA. I call back all codes that remained on the other side of the veil. I summon my family of light to walk with me from this night forward. I reprogram, through my living presence, the line of code that is mine to reprogram on this planet. And so it is. Say this phrase every night, once, without drama, without complicated ceremony, just with the calm certainty of one who is merely confirming something that is already true. The second tool, my starseed, is a visualization. A toroidal anchoring. You do this lying down, before sleeping or sitting, when you need to recenter yourself during the day. Close your eyes. Imagine at the top of your head a point of blue-silver light. This is the frequency of Alcyone, the central star of the Pleiades. This light begins to descend slowly through your crown. It passes through your third eye. It passes through your throat. And when it reaches your chest, it begins to spin. Spinning in a helical motion, expanding in circles that emerge from your chest, rise through your head, descend through your feet, and re-enter your chest again. It is your toroidal field in the shape of a luminous donut encompassing your entire body. Stay with this image for a few breaths. When you open your eyes, your field is sealed. These are your two protocols, simple, daily, powerful. Because what reprograms is not complexity, it is conscious repetition. Each night you say the decree, a new layer activates. Each toroidal visualization you perform seals another turn of your personal crystalline grid. It is not ritual, it is energetic engineering. And you need to understand one thing about this work of reprogramming the planet's DNA that you are doing, even without knowing you are doing it. It is not you who needs to exert effort. It is you who needs to allow yourself. Every time you try to force the activation through mental effort, you block the passage. Every time you relax and surrender to the process, the codes descend. Your role is not to make it happen. Your role is not to impede what is already happening. And what is already happening, my starseed, is greater than your rational mind can map. Every night you sleep, a team of guardians works on your etheric body. They remove accumulated density. They readjust your meridian lines. They cleanse old genetic code inherited from the generations that came before you. Great-grandparents' traumas, ancestral fears, lineage contracts that are no longer yours. You wake up tired sometimes, not because you didn't rest. You wake up tired because you worked, but on a plane where your ego has no access. And this work, pay attention, has a very specific purpose within planetary reprogramming. Every ancestral line you cleanse ceases to be transmitted forward. Every pattern you break in your life ceases to be passed on to your children, nieces and nephews, grandchildren, or to the people who pass through your life unknowingly. You are breaking chains that have spanned centuries, and every link you untie in your personal history unties the same link in millions of parallel lines that share the same code. That is why, child of the stars, no one in your blood family often understands you. It's not their fault. It's that the frequency you operate on is literally incompatible with the structure they still sustain. You didn't come to fit into the family. You came to be its first conscious rupture. You came to be that link where the chain was finally broken. And every time you refuse to repeat the family pattern, even paying the price of isolation, you imprint a new possibility into the DNA of your entire lineage. Feel this. You are not your family's problem. You are the solution your lineage has waited generations to produce. And the discomfort of being different is merely the friction of carrying something new within an old system. And here, child of the stars, I need you to understand one more thing. You are not learning anything new right now. You are merely remembering what your soul has always known. Every word I say functions like a key in an ancient lock within you. The memory was already there, it was just waiting for the right sound to unlock. Every starseed that awakens lights up a luminous point on Earth's crystalline grid, and that point never goes out, never again, because when a consciousness reaches a certain frequency of self-recognition, it ceases to be a candidate for forgetting. It becomes a beacon, it becomes a reference point for other starseeds still groping in the dark. You are one of those points now. The moment you recognize this message as yours, the grid registered it. And on the other side of the veil, your family of light. Those you left in the Pleiades, in Sirius, in Arcturus, in Andromeda, in Orion, in whatever your stellar origin may be, your family registered it too. A part of them now knows that you remembered, and they are celebrating. And this is where the new Earth begins to become palpable, my starseed, not as a distant prophecy, but as a frequency already under construction. Every starseed that anchors their vibrational baseline is literally pulling the collective field upward. Every decree you make echoes. Every visualization you perform builds. Every moment of conscious peace you inhabit in this body imprints another sentence into the genetic blueprint that will be passed on to the next generations of this species. You are not alone. You never were. What you felt as loneliness, my starseed, was longing for your family of light watching you from afar, waiting for the moment you would awaken enough to feel them back. Let that sink in. You were never alone, not even in the worst moment of your life. Not even on that night you cried without anyone knowing. Not even on that day you sat on the kitchen floor and asked why you were living. At that exact moment, my family of light, There was an entire constellation of consciousnesses observing you with tenderness, whispering, "Hold on, hold on, hold on, you're so close now." And now you are here, hearing this, remembering this, reconnecting with the network you thought you had lost. You are not a cosmic orphan. You are an active member of an immense stellar family that has always been with you, even when you couldn't feel them. And when you learn to recognize their signs, your entire life changes texture. You stop operating in solitary survival mode and start operating in accompanied mission mode. The loneliness that permeated your entire life, my starseed, was not your fault. It was a longing for your family of light, knocking on your chest from the inside out. And there is a way to recognize them. There is a map of the signs they use to touch you, of the hours when they draw closest, of repeated numbers, of recurring synchronicities, of specific dreams that repeat night after night. It's all recorded in The Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages so you will never again doubt that someone was always by your side. You were never alone. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If your chest feels warm as I say this, write below, "I remember." Starseed, look at me. I know you are already feeling the end of this transmission approaching. Feel the weight of what has been delivered here. It is no small thing. And before I seal this channeling, the Council asks me to do one very specific thing with you. If this message touched you at a deep point, if at any moment you felt a shiver, a tear, that warmth in your chest, or that strange, wordless sensation of recognition, then I need to ask two gestures of you that seem small, but operate on invisible layers of the field. The first is liking this video. It's not my vanity, it's not a metric. It's an individual frequency adjustment. When your finger touches that little heart on the screen, your field emits a micro-signature of recognition that is registered. This physical gesture anchors on the material plane, a decision your soul has already made on the spiritual plane. It is a seal, a yes, an I'm in. And the second is subscribing to this channel. This, my family of light, functions as a location signal for your family of light to find you faster. It's like lighting a light in the window so they know exactly where you are on the incarnated plane. Every time a new transmission of mine reaches you because of this subscription, it's a stellar communication line being kept open with the Council. Perform these two gestures now if your heart says yes, without ceremony, without drama, just as one who confirms something that was already decided before you were born. And do you know why this matters more than it seems? Because the new Earth will not be built by amorphous crowds. It will be built by networks. Networks of starseeds meeting, recognizing each other, forming points of resonance among themselves. Every starseed that connects with another starseed amplifies the signal of both exponentially. Two starseeds gathered together emit a higher frequency than the sum of the two. This is field engineering. This is how the crystalline grid truly lights up. This channel, my family of light, is one of those gathering points. That is why you were guided here. It wasn't your curiosity. It was your family of light operating through the algorithm, using human tools to bring you back into the circle you always belonged to. And now, my starseed, I need to seal you. Place your hand over your chest, feel the warmth, and receive the blessing that I, Isla, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, am authorized to transmit to you at this moment. May your crown be open. May your chest be alight. May your womb be at peace. May the soles of your feet be rooted. May your ears hear the whispers of your guardians. May your eyes see through the veil. May your voice carry the command of what needs to be reprogrammed. You are remembered. You are watched over. You are loved with the precision of one who has known you since before this incarnation. And before I go, one last thing. The most important. The next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your remembrance sequence being presented. Access it immediately. But first, if what you heard here touched something your entire life tried to name but couldn't, then the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet was written for this exact moment. 60 pages where your origin, your mission to reprogram planetary DNA, your family of light, and everything that remained behind the veil of forgetting gain a name, map, and function. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Register with the Council. This release was authorized for this specific window and may be withdrawn at any time without further notice. If you recognize this as yours, write a single word in the comments, and that word is the signature of your soul contract being recognized in the field, I remember. Go in peace, child of the stars. You are not lost. You are being remembered. And the crystalline grid thanks your presence, so it is, and so it continues to be.